Welcome back to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM Superstation, Future Radio. Okay, I want to switch gears here. I want to go to this story that we ran out of time to discuss on last Sunday's show. And this deals with a follow-up to the Border Patrol disaster there in Del Rio, Texas, in September of 2021. Okay. And we saw the images of the Haitian migrants trying to come into the country. There was so we were going to talk about this last Sunday. We ran out of time, and we were going to actually talk about it last Friday before last on Roland Martin Unfiltered. We ran out of time for this story. I actually brought this story up to Roland's producer, and they said we want to cover it, but we ran out of time. Border Patrol agents did not strike Del Rio migrants, report fines. Border Patrol agents did not strike Del Rio migrants, report fines. Now, this is from July 8th, 2022. July 8th, 2022. Okay. The person who took all these images, the people are circulating around, okay, is Paul Ratje, Paulratje. As I said before, as we reported on this show before, he was actually there. He was on the Mexican side of the border, taking pictures and filming. And he said he did not see any of the agents strike the Haitians with their long reins. They didn't have whips. They had long reins. The report breaks all this stuff down. Yes, they were mistreated, but they were not whipped or strapped with the long reins. And this is what I said before here on this show, citing other information. The Border Patrol agents on horseback who confronted Haitian families last September 2021, along the riverbanks in Del Rio, Texas, did not strike migrants with their reins, but used unnecessary force. But they did use unnecessary force and lacked proper guidance from supervisors, according to a long anticipated internal report released on Friday. So this was Friday, July 8th. And I said, when this happened, I said on this show and on Roland Martin Unfiltered, I said, you're going to need a extensive investigation into actually what happened, to determine what happened, what policies need to be changed. How do you keep this from happening again? Now, widely circulated images of the incident along the Rio Grande showed U.S. agents swinging reins and screaming obscenities while briefly trying to block families bringing food to a sprawling, chaotic camp where 15,000 migrants arrived requesting entry to the United States. Now, photos and video of the confrontation brought angry condemnation from President Joe Biden and Democrats who said agents had whipped the migrants, likening the scene to the brutal imagery of American slavery. President Joe Biden said the migrants had been strapped and punishment would be meted out following a swift inquiry. Now, when this report came out, Biden then had to backtrack and admit the migrants were not strapped or whipped by the agents. New York Post had an article about that. I'm telling you right now, Fox News and conservative media is having a field day with this. This was what I was warning about back in September, because I'm like, wait a second, hold on. Because I'm going through looking at all the information. I'm like, hold on, we have to make sure that we're not stating things we don't have evidence to prove. Okay. And if you go back, I talked about this here on this show, because I monitor about 35 different news sources on a daily basis, and we deal with information. We look at both sides of this and both sides of the story. and we try to bring as much factual information as possible. This is an article I talked about here on this show back September 23rd, 2021 from townhall.com. Townhall.com. Border Patrol Union blasts White House's decision to suspend horse unit. Border Patrol Union blasts White House's decision to suspend horse unit following fake news about whips. Now, this is a conservative publication. They've been, Joanne Reed had to backtrack on her statements. President Joe Biden, some of the people on MSNBC had to backtrack. All right. And Fox News had been hammering MSNBC on misreporting this story. Here's something that's very important. You go and you look at what the source within the Border Patrol. Okay, this is what they said. This is from September 23rd, 2021. They were calling this out back then. Now the 511-page report corroborates what conservative media was saying back then. And I hate Fox News, but even a broken clock is right twice a day. The White House and Department of Homeland Security announced on Thursday, and this is back September 2021, Border Patrol's horse unit will no longer be operating in Del Rio, Texas, after they were falsely accused of using whips against Haitians who were illegally crossing the U.S.-Mexican border. Now, the agents at the center of the scandal have been placed on administrative duties while an investigation is underway. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. DHS. Okay. Alejandro Mayorkas, DHS Secretary, Department of Homeland Security. Misleading photos. This is from September 23rd, 2021. Misleading photos of agents on horseback attempting to prevent people from illegally crossing into the United States caused outrage after the reins used to control the horses were falsely called whips. After the reins used to control the horses were falsely called whips by members of media and Democrats. A source within Border Patrol previously explained to townhall.com what people got wrong about the incident. Quote, agents use their reins for a lot of reasons. Primarily, it's used to steer the horse, but agents will spin the reins around, sometimes to deter people from getting too close to the horse. If they get too close, the horse can step on them, breaking bones or causing injuries. Now, if they got too close to the horse and spooked the horse, they got stomped on and killed, then that'll be playing all throughout the media as well. Okay, so this is a source from Border Patrol explaining procedure. Now, cussing at them and things like that, they shouldn't do that, because the report says there was wrongdoing, there was wrong behavior. Okay, whipping them with the long reins is not one of them. This is why people in the media had to backtrack statements that they made. Agents also need to maintain control of their reins so they don't lose control of the horse, which can cause injuries to immigrants, the agents, and the horses. We are not aware of anyone being struck with the reins. Now, this was from September 23rd, 2021. Now, John Anfison, Anfinscen, president of the Border Patrol's Local 2366 in Del Rio, Texas, told townhall.com back in September, this article is from September 22nd, 2021. Back September 2021, when this article came out, we reported this to you here on this show back then. He told townhall.com it is detrimental for border security to suspend the whole unit, the horseback unit, even if it's just for a short amount of time. He said, quote, we are told that the Horse Patrol unit has been suspended from operating in Del Rio, Texas sector, only during the remainder of the crisis under the bridge. The Horse Patrol unit is an effective means of apprehending immigrants who illegally cross our borders every day, along with searching for those who are sick or injured and stranded in the bush, because a lot of the areas they go into is not conducive for vehicles to go into. So the people who were saying, oh, they should stop using the horses, things like this, they ain't telling them what to do to go and rescue people who are stranded in the bush. See, so there's a lot of people saying, oh, they need to stop doing that, but they ain't telling them what to do because they didn't even investigate, like, to find out the procedures and why they do these things, why they use horsebacks, why they're on horseback. Quote, suspending them all for even a brief amount of time takes away one of the few remaining units that have been in the field making arrests and rescues on a regular basis. When the rest of our agents are indoors processing, because they got to process the people who are coming through seeking international political asylum. Okay, they don't just let them all and just say go where you want to go. No, they have to be processed. That takes manpower and woman power. When the rest of our agents are indoors processing, unable to make arrests and rescues of their own, we should be using all the resources we have to patrol the border. Okay, read the rest of this here, because we dealt with this back September 2020, September 23rd, 2021, when this article came out. Let's see, what is it? September 23rd, 2021. We dealt with this on this show. Okay, we don't just deal with this popular stuff floating around. We dig deep to try to get you the accurate information. Okay, so read this article here from townhall.com, because very few people talked about the Border Patrol, what the Border Patrol Union was saying. Okay, Border Patrol Union blasts White House's decision to suspend horse unit following fake news about whips. Okay, so then you go and we go back to this article here from the Washington Post. We're coming up on a break here. You go back to the article from the Washington Post. It talks about the 511-page report. After nearly 9 months, the Office of Professional Responsibility at U.S. Customs and Border Protection, which functions as the agency's internal affairs division, determined in a 511-page report, I encourage you to read it, that no migrants were struck or denied their legal right to seek asylum, because they were allowed to seek asylum. Eventually, they were allowed to seek political asylum. Now, 90% of the people who seek political asylum are denied it, but you still have a right to seek political asylum. Okay, in the United States. But the report found that agents used unnecessary force in their decision to assist Texas state troopers attempted to block the migrants was in conflict with the Border Patrol's objectives. The internal report found failures at multiple levels of the agency, a lack of appropriate policies and training, and unprofessional and dangerous behavior by several individual agents, Customs and Border Patrol said in the statement. We'll continue this another side of break. Listen to the African History Network show. I'm Michael Imhotep. We'll be back in a few minutes. And bye. Welcome back to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM, the Superstation, the Future Radio. Okay, so read this article also. We talked about this when it came out back in September as well, September 2021. This is from this is from KTSM Channel 9 in El Paso, Texas. Photographer behind controversy. Let me pull this up here just a second. Photographer behind controversial photos speaks exclusively to KTSM. That was Paul Ratje, and he said, as I stated before, he said that he was on the Mexican side of the border. He was the one who took the pictures that everybody circulated around and shot video. Okay, and he said that I never seen them whip anyone. Paul Ratje said, he said he was swinging it, but it can be misconstrued when you're looking at the picture. Okay. He said that he didn't see any of the Border Patrol agents hitting the Haitians with the long reins. Read this full article here. We talked about this here on this show back when this came out. This is from September 23rd, 2021. All right. We got to switch gears. Oh, also, something else that very few people talked about, but we talked about here on this show as well. The Haitian migrants are suing the U.S. government. This is the New York Times. This article is from December 20th, 2021. When this news came out, we talked about this here on this show. Very few people talked about this. Haitian migrants file lawsuit protesting treatment by Border Patrol. Images of Border Patrol agents corralling Black migrants prompted criticism of the Biden administration's response to the influx of thousands in Del Rio, Texas. Okay, the U.S. government gets sued every day. Okay, they file a lawsuit just like people coming through the southern border, Mexicans Mexicans and people from other countries, Guatemala, things like this, under the Trump administration. When you had the images at the southern border, they filed a lawsuit under the Trump administration as well. Okay, and they got settlements of up to $125,000. U.S. government gets sued every day. Okay, so read this article also. Hotep, everybody. Hey, this is Michael Imhotep, founder of the African History Network, host of the African History Network show. I'm a talk show host, researcher, lecturer, writer, and historian. And I want to give a special shout out to everybody who has attended the 11th annual Liberated Minds Black Homeschooling Education Expo. I just want to take a few minutes, and we had a great presentation that I did on Saturday. So I teach 2 online history classes. One on Saturday and one on Sunday. On Saturday, the class that I teach, normally 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is called Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Ma'afa, Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, what they didn't teach you in school. And this is normally a 10-week online class. We deal with thousands of years of history and what leads up to the transatlantic slave trade taking place. We can't start studying our history in slavery. Even when we study the transatlantic slave trade, which is important to study, we can't start in 1619 or in the 1440s with the Portuguese, when the Portuguese get involved in the transatlantic slave trade. We have to understand the history chronologically and deal with the 800-year occupation of Europe by the Africans known as the Moors, who entered into the Iberian Peninsula, today known as Spain and Portugal, from North Africa in 711 AD. When we discuss the transatlantic slave trade, we have to first understand that African people are the original people of North, Central, and South America, and have been in the land we call the United States at least 51,700 years. Now, the second class I teach is on Sundays, normally 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called From the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement and Black Power, 1865 to 1968. Now, these classes are normally $130. They're on sale right now, $60. We do the sessions live. All the sessions are archived and recorded, so you can go back and watch it anytime. So a year from now, 2 years from now, you can go back and watch the entire class. With both of these classes, I would say the content is PG-13, so you can use this with your children as well if you want to. Also, you can advertise with the African History Network. We have 3 new advertising packages. Our current promotion is buy 1 month to get 1 month free. We have 1 million followers at our Facebook fan page, the African History Network. And with our platinum package, we'll take out ads on our Facebook fan page for you as well to help maximize your advertising campaign. And we take your 30-second to 60-second commercial, we put into the rebroadcast of our shows, and also into the audio podcast of our shows as well. We only have 20 advertising slots because we have a finite amount of advertising space. Email us at TheAHNShow@TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com, TheAHNShow@TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com, or call us 313-462-0003. All right now it's correct wrong behavior. It's not over till we win. Wakanda forever. And we'll talk to you soon. Peace. iRedify is a Black-owned digital platform that showcases Black and Brown cultures and people. The books on the platform are written by African-American authors, Afro-Caribbean authors, African authors, and so much more. Kids 14 and under can read ebooks, listen to audiobooks, and complete learning activities. Kids can even write in the books digitally. Get unlimited access to everything on the platform for only $8.99 a month at iRedify.com. Sign up for your membership today.
The work that I do is larger than the fashion industry. It's larger than the art world. And I believe that I was born to bring newness into this world. I'm Kaima McIntyre. I'm 24 years old and I'm an artist. I create everything from paintings to jewelry design, metaphysical jewelry to be specific, and fashion design. The only reason why my prom dress went viral is because people needed it. Within a few days of going viral, Notori Naughton reached out to me and she's like, I saw your dress, can you make me a dress? I was equally as shocked to be asked by a celebrity to design their dress at the age of 17. That's just one person, and the list just continues to go on, to Janet Jackson, to Tyra Banks. It really hits home. That means that the discussion is happening on the grounds in real time.
What does self-care mean to you? To us, it's an opportunity to reconnect with nature. A chance to create something remarkable. At Sage and Elm Apothecary, our handcrafted skincare and household products immerse you in Earth's sweetest nectar, connecting you to nature in a way you never imagined. See for yourself and visit us at sageandelmapothecary.com.
STEM Forward, helping our community find their place in the emerging fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Join us for our monthly live stream on our website, stemforwardedu.org. Watch, subscribe, share. Also join our mailing list to stay up to date with STEM resources and opportunities. STEM Forward, the future is now. Watch, subscribe, share.